Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about the case of Lakira Goldsmith. This one is still unsolved and it's really sad. She has so many people advocating for her. She has a son. She has people that want her to come home. She should be home. So we're going to talk about her case today. I wasn't able to dig up too much just because it is unsolved. But I'm going to tell you what I have, so let's go ahead and get into it. All the links I used for research will be down below, like always. So, Lakira Dejour Goldsmith was born on July 24th, 1998, and she's been missing since November 28th, 2018, from Montgomery, Alabama. When she was last seen, she was 5'4" to 5'5", 180 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black velvet knee-length dress, a silver rhinestone choker necklace, silver rhinestone earrings, and a silver lip ring. She suffers from severe asthma and needs medication for it. Her medicine was left behind. She has been hospitalized multiple times because of her asthma. She has black hair, brown eyes, pierced ears, lower lip is pierced, a snake-eye tongue piercing, and her nickname is Pig with 2 G's. When she went missing, she had blonde hair extensions with black roots. She was last seen at a Montgomery apartment complex on Narrow Lane Road. So I did look up Narrow Lane Road online, try to find the exact apartment, but when I did that, so many apartments came up for Narrow Lane Road. And they never, I could never find the actual name of the apartment, just that it was an apartment complex. So I'm going to have, the Google image of, where Narrow Lane Road is, what's nearby, just so you can kind of get the idea. And, of course, some pictures of Montgomery, Alabama, so you're familiar with where she's from. But I could not find the actual apartment complex, so just putting that out there. Initial reports said that she was seen talking with a maintenance employee, and other reports said it was a boyfriend or a friend, so that's kind of a mixed bag with who she was talking to. So, her mother, Marshall, and her grandmother spoke to her briefly the day she disappeared. And this is a direct quote from Marshall, the mom, and she says, "My daughter went missing on November 29th, 2018. It's been a nightmare. I can barely think, and it's hard for me day to day, getting out of bed and just going on with my day. When she went missing, I called Montgomery police. They came and did a missing persons report, and basically that was it." End quote. And it's so sad because we see this a lot in cases with minorities, that they don't get the attention that they need. And that's definitely true because we have 2 more paragraphs of information, and that's all I have for you about Lakira's disappearance. That's it. It's mind-boggling how little there actually is. And I can't imagine the hell that Marshall has been in, especially because Lakira has a son that she now has to look after. So this next tidbit of information, this is all according to Charlie Project. So that's what I'm going to be taking this information from specifically. So on November 27th, 2018, she went out with her boyfriend and he picked her up at home in the 4500 block of Narrow Lane Road and then dropped her off there later. Her grandmother saw her getting out of the car, but she had never arrived back inside. A maintenance man at the apartment complex told the family that he let her use his phone at 2 a.m. on the 28th. He left her talking on his phone outside, and when he came back, she was gone, and his phone was sitting on the steps. She was never heard from again. She hasn't used social media, and she leaves behind her 2-year-old son. So that bit was from Charlie Project specifically. That's literally all that we know. So like I said, some people said that they saw her with her boyfriend. The maintenance man is kind of, it's different according to who you talk to, but there was a maintenance man that said, yes, I did speak to her, I let her use my phone, we don't know who she was talking to, or if we do, I couldn't find information on it, don't know what she was doing, if she was texting, if she was calling, if she was just updating social media. It's kind of weird that she didn't use her own phone, maybe it was dead or something, but we do have that report of a maintenance man saying that yes, he did speak to her. And as for the boyfriend, I couldn't figure out if police questioned him, if he's had anything to say about her disappearance. I couldn't find anything about him, not even a name. So I'm very sorry. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right places, but just nothing had really any information to give. Other than she went out with him, he picked her up, and then dropped her off at that apartment complex later on. So Marshall has been advocating and fighting for Lakira, but she says she feels alone and that she believes that MPD and the community aren't taking it seriously, which I agree with. Um, it's so obvious in cases like these that they're usually not, and you can just tell by how little information that there is. She says that she has been in touch with a detective at MPD recently, but that she really wants support from the community. And we're going to end this with a quote from her again, from Michelle. And she says, "Someone out there saw something. No one just goes missing without anyone seeing something. I need people to help me. Share her post on Facebook. Get involved." End quote. So she really just wants people to rally around and bring attention and awareness to what happened to Lakira, because Lakira, she's still gone. It's been 5 years now, I want to say. So at the time her son was 2. He's a bit older now. You've probably seen him in photos with Marshall that I put in this video. Like, she left behind her family. She doesn't seem like the kind of person that would just run away and leave behind a son. She just seemed like a young mom living her life out with her boyfriend, and then something happened. I really, really wish we knew more, and maybe the police have more and they're just not saying. I always see these in these videos kind of like give some optimism, I guess, or maybe some hope that maybe they know something and they're just not saying because they want to keep the integrity of the case. But it's just wild that we don't know anything. We don't know the boyfriend's name. We don't know if they questioned him, what he had to say. We don't know if they've interviewed anyone else, if they have surveillance of anything, evidence of any kind. We just don't know anything. I couldn't even find anything about search efforts on police's part, if they even did any. I honestly couldn't tell you. From what Marshall says, they just came out, did a missing persons report, and called it good, which I wouldn't be surprised if that's all they did. So that's literally all we have, and it's sad. So definitely check out the links I have down below and do your own research on Lakira, get to know her story, and definitely talk about her. Watch any video you can about Lakira, any interview that's done with the family. Just put her name out there, because she should be home with her family. She should be at home with her son, and we need to know what happened to her. Honestly, I don't think she would have ran off. I feel like something probably happened to her, and if something did, she should be brought home. And that's just how I personally feel about it. And it's really gross that it's 5 years later and there's just so little known. So what do you guys think about this case personally? What do you think happened to Lakira? I just want to say, please be respectful down below. Sometimes families will see videos made about their loved ones. They don't want to go to the comments and see a bunch of nasty comments. So please just don't leave anything if you don't have anything nice to say. Please be smart with your comments and just be kind. But please let me know what you think down below. Do you think the police might have something and they're just not saying? Just let me know your thoughts down below. But that is all I have for you today guys, about Lakira. I just want to say to her family really quick, if you hear this video, I am so sorry. I am hoping that something comes up. I do feel like her case can be solved, and I think it will be eventually, but it's going to take a lot of people getting together and putting her name out there. So please, please, please talk about Lakira and get to know the story. And again, to the family, I am so sorry. You know, her son should have his mother, they should have their daughter, they should have their loved one back home, and it's sad that they don't. And I'm very sorry. And I hope that you will have answers soon. That's going to be it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for listening to Lakira's story, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.